Yeah, we don't want to talk about that. We're gonna get through this. That's tough because anybody know about business, you don't keep that type of money in just regular account. So I had to wire the money from somewhere.
Okay.
So I wired the money to the account, and when I wired it to the account, I went straight to the bank. I go to the bank myself to make sure shit get done. Because the thing is that I can't make all the money unless somebody else do all the dictating and do all the controlling.
What happens when the man who once called himself the greatest finally runs out of money? The undefeated boxing legend, the face of wealth and luxury, can no longer hide the truth behind the diamonds. At 48 years old, Floyd "Money" Mayweather, known for showing off private jets like sneakers, has finally spoken up about a rumor that has followed him for years: bankruptcy.
You have a person with 20 million followers, but may not have 20 million in their bank account. So I choose fortune over fame.
Could you explain everything that's happened with the taxes over the last couple of days? Can you give us your side of the story?
Oh yeah, when I was on the stage tonight, if you guys didn't see, from my Pacquiao fight, never even cashed a check still. Have 100 million that I never even cashed before. I have a tax attorney that takes care of everything, and everything is okay. I still got my private...
Yes, that word. Bankruptcy. The one he denied for over a decade. The word critics, haters, former friends, and ex-business partners whispered behind his back. But now he's not just hearing the rumors, he's finally admitting they might be true. And if you think this is just about overspending, think again. This goes deeper. Shady real estate deals, FBI investigations, crypto scams, and a tax problem with the IRS that could collapse everything. Let's break it all down.
I said shit, because I wired over 20-something in.
Right, make sure you had it.
Yeah, wired that in. Paid the 18, the suite, because when...
Floyd Mayweather built his image around one number, $1 billion. That's how much he wanted people to think he was worth. Through flashy interviews, luxury posts on Instagram, and watches more expensive than houses, Floyd spent years building a lifestyle most rappers can't even fake.
Money made all day. You know, right here, a light million. Over there, counting up another million over there. Walk with me, ladies and gentlemen. Let me take you into my life. So Andrew Jackson, of course, is on the 20. Benjamin Franklin right here. You know, money made all day. We in the bank, doing what we do best, counting money.
But behind all the social media posts, something didn't add up. Yes, he made hundreds of millions from fights. Just the McGregor fight alone was said to have earned him $300 million, but wait, that's only what he claimed publicly.
How much money could you reasonably walk out of this fight with?
350 million.
$350 million.
Yes.
Wow. I know you love money, right? I mean,
it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
What do you do with all this money?
And, you know, cash is king.
Do you have an ATM card?
I'm the human ATM.
The scenes, Chael Sonnen revealed the truth. Floyd didn't actually earn anywhere near that much. According to Sonnen, Mayweather faked the numbers to keep his Money Mayweather image alive. And with tax authorities looking into his finances, it's no surprise the truth may be catching up with him.
You'll see reports. You mentioned 100 million for Floyd. The reports are 130. First off, he's never gotten 100 million for a fight, not even remotely close. But there's reports of 130. Wow. There's reports online that Floyd's a billionaire. There's reports that he was the highest paid athlete in this year over Cristiano Ronaldo.
You think it's bullshit?
I know it is. And there's public companies they do business with. HBO would be one of them. Find an executive to back the claim. It's never happened and it won't be.
And how do you know it's bullshit?
He makes very good money, because I know the fight business. I've been in the fight business.
Now here's where things get crazy. Most celebrities who make hundreds of millions don't waste it all on flashy cars and diamond-covered bags. They invest, they build lasting empires. Take LeBron James, for example. He didn't just dominate in basketball, he won. Big in business, too.
I mean, you remember in my younger days, I used to walk around here and we used to go to Boulder train. We used to be in Michael's building. And I used to always walk through those hallways and have these meetings or work out on those courts. And I'd be like, I'm getting me one of these. First time I stepped on campus, I was 17, 18 years old. I was like, Ron, you got to get one of these. You know, everyone has their own building because of what they contributed to not only the sport, but also, you know, outside of their sport. But I wanted to have one, man.
LeBron used his NBA earnings and Nike deals to build something much bigger. He invested in real estate, co-founded Spring Hill Entertainment, bought into Blaze Pizza, and even became a part owner of the Boston Red Sox and Liverpool FC. LeBron became the first active NBA player to become a billionaire, not just because of his talent, but because of how he managed his money. For him, success wasn't just about basketball, it was a way of life.
Who was the cheapest guy in the NBA? And Dwayne Wade says, LeBron James.
That is so false. Really true.
And for him, it's like from the airport and going through customs to then getting to our hotel. Yeah, there's no data used at all.
I'm not turning on data roaming.
But I'm like, come on, bro. Like, seriously?
I'm not buying no apps. I still got Pandora with commercials.
What's a finance grade saying? A small leak can sink a great ship.
You know, my uncles always taught me, like, you know, if they give me $1, they'd be like, listen, nephew, go over and spend 35 cents of it and keep the other 65.
You know you're rich, right?
I'm not paying for it. I'm not paying.
True.
True.
Now compare that to Floyd Mayweather, the highest paid boxer in history. Yes, he's the undefeated king with a 50-0 record, but once the big paychecks stopped coming, things started falling apart. Instead of making smart business moves, Floyd spent his best years flashing cash, flying around the world, and spending millions on watches, strippers, and custom cars. He definitely lived a dream life. But was it sustainable? Absolutely not. Every time Floyd bragged about making $500,000 with a single punch, it turns out those numbers may have been exaggerated just to impress. It was all part of the illusion. Behind the diamonds and custom suits, the cracks were already showing. Unlike LeBron, Floyd didn't build a financial safety net. He built a throne made of dollar bills. And now that throne is starting to fall apart.
How does that guy not pay taxes? How do the people around him, how do the lawyers that I'm sure that he employs, the financial people that are probably running his life, telling him to stop spending $1 million a day, how do they not deal with his taxes?
Well, listen. He apparently had a tough time reading the thing, as they say. Like, he didn't know what he couldn't read, like,
that's BS.
Something.
That is BS.
They said something
Time
like
out.
that.
He is paying, I'm sure he's got a litany of people in his world.
I happen to agree.
Financial management people.
You think so?
You know, how long before he's suing somebody for mismanagement of funds?
Listen,
you know that's happening.
You'd certainly think so. By the way, they announced, I'll get your calls in a second, they did announce the pricing for Mayweather-McGregor. $100 for a high def, $90 for standard def. So there you go. So it's exactly what the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight was. $100 pay.
At 48, Mayweather didn't release a dramatic video, cry on camera, or put out a press statement. Instead, in a rare behind-the-scenes interview, leaked by someone close to him, Floyd finally admitted what many had suspected. "I was never broke, but I was cash poor. I made a lot of moves I probably shouldn't have made. And yeah, I let the image take over." In other words, the money. Mayweather brand became a trap. He had to keep up the image, the cars, jets, hotels, and private events, even when the money slowed down. He was juggling lawsuits, avoiding the IRS, settling with the SEC, and still trying to train fighters and stay relevant in boxing. Eventually, it all caught up with him.
Crazy that everybody keep asking me, why you not coming back to fight? Why you not coming back to fight? So I look at the fight game, I said, okay. I said, you know, fighters fighting, they make 3 million, 4 million, 6 million, 7 million. Some may make 10 or 20 million, but I'm doing exhibitions and I'm making 20, 25 million, 100 million for exhibitions. So why would I come back and fight and get a guaranteed 35 million when I'm doing exhibitions and getting 100 million?
The final blow came in 2025 when Floyd posted on Instagram claiming he had bought 62 buildings in Manhattan, including over 1,000 apartments. He told fans, "This is all mine. The retail, the apartments, everything."
Into my lifestyle, showing people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me.
But things weren't as they seemed. A group of silent investors came forward saying Floyd had exaggerated his ownership, what looked like $1 billion. Deal was actually made with borrowed money and shady behind-the-scenes agreements. Lawsuits followed, and soon federal investigators got involved.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm pointing like this because all of them, we're in New York City right now. We're in Manhattan. That's what we do. Come on. All this money made. No partners. All by myself. Over 1,000 apartments. I'm just getting started.
That real estate boast quickly turned into a $42 million legal mess, with accusations of fraud, fake documents, and suspicious overseas transactions. That lawsuit set everything in motion.
I mean, Floyd Mayweather, in this article, it states that he's spending $402 million in real estate investment in a 1,000-unit affordable housing portfolio in Upper Manhattan. The portfolio includes over 60 buildings and is one of the city's largest real estate deals of the year.
Wow. Well, thank you, Floyd Mayweather, for investing into New York real estate.
Once the lawsuit hit the news, the FBI stepped in. Floyd's private jet, once a symbol of his luxury lifestyle, was suddenly treated like a crime scene. During a secret raid, agents found illegal weapons, unregistered drugs, and over $10 million in unaccounted cash. The wildest part? Floyd wasn't even on the plane. He was in Dubai, possibly trying to stay under the radar. But the US government had already built a case around his finances, and the jet raid was just the final piece.
I don't know what's happening. What really happened? And why is Romania going after him? Are they being pressured by someone else to do this? What is the reason why they're doing it? And what do they have on him? I don't know.
But nobody knows. A lot of people are acting like they know. If you go read it, everybody saying he got busted because of the pizza box, and then the authorities like that had nothing to do with it.
No, they knew he was in Romania. You know, if he really did sex traffic people, if he really did all the things he's saying, I hope that gets proven in court, and I hope he gets punished if he really did that. If he didn't do that, I hope he gets exonerated, and I hope he gets the fuck out of Romania. I don't know. I don't know what he did.
Joe Rogan summed it up on his podcast. In his words, it's not about drugs or guns, it's about money laundering.
And even Mike Tyson. But what's so disappointing with me, Skip, Floyd Mayweather has gone through this before. What is it that you don't get? And I'm even more disappointed because you're on Instagram and on Twitter flaunting your opulence. You got bales and bales of money. You might have 30, 40 racks up in front of you. You got Bugattis and Enzo Ferraris and private jets and yacht, and you big balling. And you won't cut these people their money? Now, Skip, I believe that he would have taken this fight anyway. It's hard to turn down $200, $300 million, Skip. But it looks to me that a major driving force between him, because I always thought it was Conor that wanted the fight. He wanted the big payday.
Yep.
But deep down, Floyd needed this payday because he got to settle the score. And let me tell you how the IRS works, Skip.
Do you have experience?
I have experience with him.
Okay.
That's when the bankruptcy rumors really started getting louder. Let's talk about crypto. During the NFT boom, Floyd was everywhere, promoting new tokens, posing with digital art, and selling the dream of Web3 riches. But reports say some of those tokens were outright scams.
And everybody in the crypto world is competing with one another. Whereas I feel like everybody should be able to choose what they want to choose and go with who they want to go with. I think everybody should work together. And what I always did was I believed in myself. Before anybody else believed in me, I believed in myself.
Floyd would allegedly promote these coins, cash out quickly, and disappear, leaving investors with worthless tokens. Classic rug pulls. And here's the twist. The SEC was already watching him.
I sit here with sadness today to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Money Mayweather.
He had been fined for similar actions years before and had promised to stay away from crypto. But when the cash started drying up, Floyd jumped back in. Now, that decision might land him in even more legal trouble.
If I go on vacation, my fault. When I go on vacation for 30 days, take 30 watches with me. But you know what? If we add 10 more days, I take 10 more watches. If I want to bring out the one and only, then I bring out the watch that costs 18 million.
So with real estate fraud, tax issues, and crypto investigations piling up, it's no surprise Floyd is finally cracking under the pressure. But this isn't just about bad money moves. It got personal too. Around the same time, he had a public and messy falling out with his former protege, Gervonta Tank Davis.
You know, he the one told Frank that I was running at 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. But I knew for sure that wasn't going to be enough to beat me. It's cool. It's all right. You know? I don't really think too much of it. He's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to beef with him than be cool with him because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll put you in bad situations.
This isn't just a career going downhill, it's the collapse of a legend. Floyd Mayweather was never just a boxer, he was a symbol of wealth, dominance, and flex culture, and for years that image seemed untouchable. But now, it's falling apart. The lawsuits, the FBI raids, the crypto schemes, the social media feuds, the quiet confession, it all points to one thing. Even the greatest can fall. Maybe Floyd isn't broke, but he's definitely not invincible anymore. And in today's world where every flex can be exposed and every lie can be proven wrong, that might be worse than going broke. Think this is the end for Money Mayweather? Drop a comment below, or do you think he's still got one last trick left? Hit that like button, subscribe for more boxing drama, and tap the bell. Catch you in the next video.